Hey, it's Martin here, Lifestyle by Laptop, coming to you tonight to bring you Making the Shift, all about breaking free of whatever challenges you've got. We always put it out there to the community, to yourself, to reach out, share what's going on in your life, to let us give you the opportunity to move forward. So thanks for everybody who's automatically jumped on. This is fantastic, straight into it. Really love that. So as you're coming on, guys, remember, always comment live. If you're watching this as a replay after we've finished this, comment replay, let's have that interaction, always great. So woohoo from Shelley. Thanks, Shelley. And one of the topics that we've been asked to cover today is all around limiting beliefs. So we've all got them. We've all got these belief systems that actually hold us back. So thanks for everybody that's jumping on. There's already quite a few coming through. Remember, commenting live, guys, and just interacting with me. It helps me keep communicating with you guys as well all the way through this. So yeah, what I want to do is I always like to get straight into it, especially for those people who are watching the replay, straight into it so they're getting the value. I don't like to be waiting around. So remember, 6 o'clock every Tuesday night, we come live from Perth, Western Australia, to give you whatever hurdles you may be experiencing, or somebody else in the community has reached out, or people that follow us have reached out and asked for that support. So the limiting beliefs that we carry each day are preventing us from moving forward in our life. And as I mentioned earlier, we're all guilty of having these limiting beliefs, right? We've all got belief systems. So this brings me to straight away into number one. So the power of a belief system, and where did it all start? And really, we have to go right the way back to our birth. Because remember, when we enter this world, this physical life, we have no understanding of anything. We're pretty much just absorbing. All this information is going on around us, and we're constantly absorbing it. So what ends up happening is that whatever information is coming in is what's being processed. And because a child has truly a mind that's open to anything and everything, that's where a lot of the belief systems start being created, especially between the ages of 0 to 7 to 8 max. That's where a lot of the belief systems, the foundation, the core is created. So really what ends up happening is it comes from our parents, it comes from our grandparents, the people that are around us that are influencing us as we're growing up. And if this is resonating with you, you know, as always, like hearts, it's always good to be getting that live feedback. So I know that there's there's an understanding there, there's that level of interaction. But you've got that beliefs, those belief systems that are being created on a daily basis because of the people that are around us, because of the information that's going in. And unfortunately, a lot of the information that's going in from other people around us, people that genuinely do love and care for us, has been, in most cases, conditioning and belief systems that have been put into them from a child as well, unless they've gone through life and done a lot of work on themselves to shift, because a lot of people have the same belief systems, especially through families. You know, this is quite common. Especially if you've got a very close-knit family, and there's a lot of communication and support in there, and there's nothing wrong with this. It's not that I'm knocking any of this in whatsoever, but the whole focus is that sometimes when we want to move forward and we know things are holding us back, we've got to look at really what was the conditioning, what were the beliefs from other people that was put on us that's actually holding us back right now. So if this is resonating with you, g'day, Glenn. Oh, so we got Shelley straight away saying, oh my gosh, this was some of the blocks I was doing on the weekend. So, you know, these are the things that obviously are quite common. As I mentioned, we've had quite a few people reach out to us in this area, and this is why we're covering this topic this week. So if this is resonating you right now, we've got belief systems. So just type in their systems. Let's see you all commenting in their systems. If it's holding you back, hey, for everyone that's jumped on, hey, Sarah, Glenn, Rachel, Shelley, Beth, very, very grateful. Remember, sharing this onto your pages is going to help more people really help shift their belief systems, but also become aware of, we've run these to help empower people all over the world. So then what ends up happening is once we've got these belief systems in place that, remember, have been created right from the beginning, right from the word go, because our mind's completely open. You only have to watch a child, and it's so beautiful to see them. Constantly, they're really engaged with things, they're enjoying it, they're in the moment, they're loving what's going on, and they're just absorbing it all. It's such a beautiful place to be, because as we get older, we tend to be more closed off. And the reason for it is because of our belief system. So as we move into the next phase of the belief challenges, because remember, at this point now, we've been pretty much conditioned. we've got these belief systems. We kind of believe that this is the way things are. This is the way that life's supposed to be. And when we are faced with those kind of beliefs, then all of a sudden challenges come our way, because there's other people out there that we meet on a daily basis who don't have the same belief systems as us. So straight away, the conversation, the relationships become a challenge. In many cases, some people resort to arguments and violence because of these belief systems, which in all fairness have only been created through, in many cases, other people. They're not actually truly aligned to who we are, because we're still learning, we're still growing, we're still absorbing more information, and sometimes we're questioning, well, why do they believe that? That's not right. It's this way. I was listening to an audio recently where the person always chopped, like they had a big leg of ham, it was huge, and apparently they always chopped the end off and threw it away. And the person that he or she was around, I can't remember which way around it was, but the person he or she was around was like, why'd you cut that off and throw it away? And he's like, don't know. That's what my mother always has done. And then they're like, this is interesting. I wonder why my mum always did it. So he asked his mum, or asked her mum, and she said, well, I don't know. Grandma always did it. And when they went back through the generations, it was only because the oven was so small that they had to cut that piece off to get the ham into the oven. But the belief system that was conditioned over the years was all about cut this end off. But no one had any idea why they were doing it, which was just crackers when we think about it. So in many cases, these belief systems that become challenges, we don't actually know the why. And we talk about this a lot, the why behind why this is going on, why we're doing what we're doing, why we believe what we believe. And these become daily challenges. So, if this is really resonating you within the challenges section, just comment there, challenges. If you've ever experienced any challenges with somebody else you've been communicating with in a relationship, whether it be with your partner, family and friends, other people around, that you've actually been challenging their belief system, or they've challenged yours, and not necessarily from a place of aggression, but certainly from a place of hoping to understand where they're coming from. So thanks everybody we've got a few people commenting here. We've got Warren jumped on board, and we got a few more comments. Great. As always, really love it. Remember, if you're jumping on live, gang, please comment live. Let's keep this interaction going. It's always really good when I know you're there with me, you're communicating with me. It really does help give me the energy from this end to deliver you. So thanks for everybody that's commenting with systems. Remember, we've just done the challenges, the area there that's challenging us because of other people's belief systems and our own. Don't forget, we aren't always right. We like to think we are, but we aren't always right. It's only because of what we know at that moment in time, which then comes down to belief variables. And I really love this one, because this one's really all around the law of polarity. And I love talking around this one. I've got a very close friend of mine who's a mentor, and she loves this one too. But the law of polarity is so good, and it really helps us move forward. I was sharing this with at a men's mental health group yesterday, and really helping them understand where they were. Because for many people who are going through a journey of pain, whether it be depression, anxiety, something's happened in their life, we've all got this imagine it's like a long stick. And at this end of the stick, we've got pain, and at this end of the stick, we've got joy. And we are actually straight in the middle. We can either choose to go towards pain, or we can choose to go towards joy. It's entirely up to us. And the thing is that we can't experience joy unless we've experienced pain, because none of this would make sense. We wouldn't know what it was. So the thing is that no one wants to be in the middle. Everybody wants to truly experience joy on a daily basis. But the reality is that we have to go down here. We have to experience pain to be able to move forward. And this is the exact same thing within our belief variables. How do I see it differently? We've got to look along the stick. If we're down here in the pain, if we're struggling to get our message across because of our belief system, and because the person that we're communicating with, or people we're communicating with, can't hear us because of their own belief systems and they're already shutting off, we're never going to be able to get the message across to over here. So if we're continuously over here and we're in pain and we're trying to get on, we need to understand. The need is a strong word, but if we want to get our message across, we need to first learn where they're coming from. And to do that, we've got to be able to be prepared to switch over to the other side. And what I found along my journey, especially with some of the belief systems I've had and that was conditioned in me via my parents, via my brother, via the people who was around and family members, and also friends and other people that I've met along the journey, has really questioned where I want to be along that line, along that pole. And at one time I'll be back down here in pain based on my belief systems, and other times I'll be in joy because of my belief systems. But then seeing that when I was in pain and I was like disagreeing with somebody because I didn't believe in their belief system, they were in joy at that point. So I'm kind of going, well, I don't believe in it, and I'm in pain by not believing, but they believe in it and they're having joy. So surely there's no right or wrong within it, but what it's actually teaching us is that we can shift and we can learn new belief systems to help us move forward. We can actually get past them if we choose to. Because if we're in the middle, we've got no understanding of what's going on around us. We don't know what to believe is truth to and authentically true to ourselves, not what somebody else says. You can believe in somebody else and go along with the journey, but at the end of the day, there'll be someone, I guarantee, that will come along and question that. And you may align with that person that's questioning it. So to be completely neutral in the middle is a great place to be, but you're never going to experience joy or pain by staying there. And that's the only way we grow. That's the only way we know we're alive, when we have those emotions, when we have those feelings. So thanks for everybody that's been jumping on. We've got, oh my gosh, yes. So many, especially as you shift, as in challenges. What I'm not always right. I'm sorry to bring the bad news to you there, Shelley, but yes. Beck, lovely to have you on board. Glenn, constantly see this coming up. I challenge myself and bring myself back to self hundreds of times each day. Great work, mate. Awesome work. And that's consciously being aware. You know, that's another topic I could talk all day on. Awareness is everything. So many opportunities go past people because they are not aware. But when we actually slow down and we start looking and we start seeing outside of our box, because we're all the time we're in a box, okay? We wake up in a box, the home. We're lying usually on a box in the bedroom. You know, we get in the car, it's a box. We go to work, it's a box. We get home, we come back into the box. We sit down, we watch the box, the TV, for those people who don't know what I mean. It's constantly like that. But when you get outside of the box and your whole world starts to change around, you start to see things differently, your awareness starts to actually heighten and things start to shift. And as Glenn said here, constantly see things coming up. I challenge myself and bring myself back to self hundreds of times each day. And when he's saying hundreds of times, I can guarantee he's talking the truth here, because when we think about it, we have over 60,000 thoughts per day. Per day. So that's a lot to process on a daily basis. So thanks for everybody else. We've got Shelley that's, I can't preach it. Thanks, Beck. Shelley Elliott, my systems have been so rigid. They have shifted in the past few months by personal development and accepting others. So powerful. Thank you for sharing, Shelley. Accepting others. And the only way we can truly accept others is by letting our guard down on our belief systems. You know, unfortunately, one of the strong belief systems out there in the world is around religion. And really, all that we are here to do is be kind, to share love, support each other on our journey. Yet religion gets in the way and causes so much disempowerment, wars. It just caused so much disaster. And really, it's just different belief systems. But all the books basically say the same around each of the religions. Not that I've read them all, but everyone that I've listened to from a point of mentors who talk about them are all saying, they all say the same thing. Just to be love, to go and share love, to be kind to others, supporting others on their journey. But it's become this whole thing, and it's not just in religion, it's in many areas of life. You know, we're a very judgmental society. We tend to put others down. We tend to judge people on the way they look, the way they speak, how they communicate in regards to their actions. You know, I talk a lot with my hands. People judge me on that. You know, there's so much that goes on in a place, and that's really from a place of being disempowered to self, not in a good place. And the belief system that, well, if I actually voice my opinion, my judgment on somebody else, it makes me stronger and puts them down, so I'm in a place of authority. And the truth is, no. The truth is, you actually go further and further down, and you don't actually ever move forward in life, because the only way you get in your power is by disempowering other people. It's not a good place to be. You will not be remembered for anything positive when you go around your life like that. So belief variables, there was a little bit of a preach. Belief variables, how do I see it? So if you've ever been in a place where you've experienced pain, you've experienced joy from your belief systems, common variables, give me that information back. Let's know what's going on, because remember, every challenging belief system of the people that you meet is helping you grow on a daily basis. So we've got April, thanks for jumping on. Warren, yes, my parents call the TV the box. Yeah, I've just tuned in watching live. Great to have you on board. Everybody that's in there, that's their own lack of self. Absolutely. So thanks everyone for commenting who's on. Remember, if you're on this live, comment live. If you are watching the replay afterwards, please stay engaged, comment in replay, keeping up to date. Remember guys, variables is number 3 if you've ever gone through that. So thanks for everybody that's been commenting along. And after we've gone through the systems, after we've gone through the challenges, the variables along that pole, we then get into the hurdles. Because these hurdles that are created from our belief systems, from the way that we think, from the way that we communicate, constantly, and I talk about hurdles all the time, the challenges of life, the bumps in the road, however you want to refer to it as, it's all based around the fact that the belief system puts another hurdle up. And because it's what's been conditioned, it's another thing we've got to jump over. Because remember, when we're challenged on a daily basis around our belief system, we're either going to choose to get over it and grow, or we're going to choose to walk away. And the only way that we grow is when we actually get over it, when we actually shift, which I'll get into next. But we've got to be challenged on a daily basis to grow. I've had people say to me, I'm sick of going through the teaching lessons. I'm sick of the challenges. Well, the only reason you're having the challenges over and over and over again, which in many cases a lot of people are, is because they haven't learned the lessons. There's no doubt people on this live now are watching the replay who, and you ask yourself this question, have you ever been out with what seemed to be the same person, just in a different body? Same girl or the same guy, whoever it may be, and you're like, why do I keep attracting these people that abuse me? Why do I keep attracting these people that take my money? Why do I keep attracting these people that don't value the gift that I give them, as in my energy, my support, my love? And the reason is because you don't learn the lesson of those people to be around. And I'm not saying don't give and don't support and don't share your love, but it's also being consciously aware, like Glenn mentioned earlier about his awareness, being consciously aware of who you've got around you, who are you letting into your circle. Learn from the lessons, and it will help you grow. It will help you jump over those hurdles, those challenges, based on your belief system. Do they help you grow? Absolutely, they help you grow if you choose to accept them. If you choose to run and jump, I guarantee things will improve around your belief systems. And this then brings me into the best part of this, what I believe, and that's belief shifts. Why am I shifting? Anybody who's on this right now, who has been on from the beginning and at this point, is prepared for their life to get better. And I say this because you wouldn't have stayed on here. You would have been challenged along the journey with what I've been saying, and you would have gone, oh, this guy's talking a load of rubbish. Because I'm challenging you, because I'm encouraging you to think bigger than what you actually currently are. And the only way we shift and we move forward in our life in all areas by being challenged and being prepared to dig in and grind, to do the work, to push forward. So We've got the hurdles there, guys. Yeah, thanks for commenting hurdles. Remember, comment hurdles if you've ever experienced any challenges within your belief systems there. We've got here, fear is huge for me. Beck, you've heard this many times, false evidence appearing real. Fear is created. Fear is just a thought. Fear is not real at all. I know, like I covered this at the weekend, I've got a huge fear of going into the ocean and being eaten by a shark. Yet there's millions of people every year who go into the ocean and don't get eaten by a shark. They reckon you've got more chance of being killed by a cow. And I'd rather jump in a field with a cow. So where's the common sense in that? It's just things that we create, we manifest, and we create this then belief system, and we go, oh, no, I can't go and do that for me. But we can actually choose as well, because we've already chosen to stay over here in pain and not accept it and not move forward. We can choose to just look down the other end of the pole and go, hey, do you know what? Today I'm just going to choose to be over here and see how I feel. Because you already know what it feels like to be here and you're stuck. And it's not where you want to be. You're not on a daily basis. And this, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying this directly to Beck, although I am, but I'm saying it to you as well. People that you know in your life who you can help, who you know are stuck, you know are actually going through a journey of pain. You can encourage them to look down the end of the pole and help them experience the joy. Because until they experience it, till they feel it, or you feel it and you experience it, you're not going to know what you want. Because you know what you don't want. And it's very important to go to a place where you know what you don't want. Because that's the only way you can shift. You can only shift when you're clear on what you don't want, because then you know what you do want. And when you're clear on what you do want and you put it out to the universe and you say, this is what I want, I'm prepared to do whatever I have to do to get it. I'm going to take massive action. Show me the way and let's do it. I guarantee everything will shift for you to help you move forward. So we've got on here, grateful for the challenges and hurdles, so many lessons. Thank you, universe. I've jumped over a lot of hurdles in my life and it's taught me many lessons. And Rachel's tiny. Rachel's like this big, but she's jumping over hurdles that are this tall. That's how much confidence she's got. She's rocking it at the moment. It's so awesome to see. So thanks everybody that's jumped on. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Yeah, Nick, good to have you on board, buddy. As always, remember guys, as you're jumping on live, please comment live. If you're watching the replay, please jump on, comment, replay. So those belief shifts, why am I shifting? And the reason why you're shifting is because you deserve more. You came here to experience more and to give more to the world to help us move forward. That's the gift that you've got internally. And unfortunately for many people, the belief systems they've got crush them down and keep them down here because it's better to just fit in and just walk along with the rest of the lemmings. No, 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 no. No, no, no. When you're here and you understand why you're here and you're on something like this live right now with Lifestyle by Laptop, making the shift, all about empowerment to help support you to grow a healthy, strong, new mindset, you are ready to go and live that extraordinary life. Because who the hell wants to be ordinary? And I'm not knocking it. If that's where you want to be, fantastic. Enjoy life. But I know that everybody that reaches out to us on a daily basis, who watches these lives, who takes the time and makes a conscious effort to communicate with us, is ready to live an extraordinary life, is ready to actually put the foot down. And when that gun goes bang, launch themselves off the start line and start running towards their goals and dreams, to the better life that they're ready to experience. And that's where the shift takes place. The belief system takes place only when you are ready. Because one of the big things that I learned very, very early on when I was doing all this personal development, when I was focusing on what was going on, and remember, this mind was ruined. This mind was ready for death. This mind wanted to take its own life. So how have I turned it around so fast? I was consciously aware of what was going in here. And when I had better messages going in here from people that aren't even in this physical life anymore, the content that they've left behind has impacted me greatly, and it's helped me help hundreds to thousands of people around the world by sharing these messages that have gone in here and me delivering it in my own unique way. Because nobody is you. Nobody can copy you. Nobody can copy me. The content can be exactly the same, but we're completely different. But what I learned was very, very early on, and what's helped me really shift is that what's often true to us in the morning, that being, I wake up, I believe this is the way it's going to be. I'm not going to be changed in any way. This is me. I believe this, and I'm very, very strong about it. What's true in the morning often becomes a lie in the afternoon. And that means the shift that takes place into appreciating and understanding and being consciously aware that this belief that this person has shared with me feels right. This belief connects with me. And I'm actually being challenged now in a positive way to help me shift the blocks that have been in front of me. And I can relate to this in regards to being brought up a Catholic, in a religion of being a Catholic, and that God was a man, and pray to this man, our Father. And that was my belief system. And I'm not knocking that in any way. But my shift has taken place where I don't believe God is a man. I don't believe I'm praying to just a man. I believe I'm praying to source energy. Everything is God. Because if it's piece of what it was created by, it's got to be what it came from. And that's a massive one for a lot of people to understand, even people that I grew up with around the church, you know, family, friends, elders, and they can't get their head around that. But that's my belief. And I've been able to make that conscious decision, tap into that belief via me communicating with myself and going within, not externally, not looking externally for any validation, going within. And when you're able to shift like that and be confident that that's where you lie, you actually go from being at one end of the pole right the way across to the other. And you're moving forward because you woke up with a belief, but you went to bed with a completely new belief that aligns with you and helps you move forward in your life authentically. So thanks for everybody that's been commenting. There's a few more that have come through there. 14 years crushed, too long, no more. 34 years crushed, I need freedom. We've got, well, at the end of the day, we're all on our journey. You know, we spoke about Colonel Sanders today. Look at the, I mean, whether you think he's done a great thing or not, at the end of the day, with regards to the food, he's given a lot of people a lot of jobs, you know, and that was, he was late in his years. So I've got rage here. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, I'm a mini mouse, but I've got strength of the Hulk. You're certainly good at plyometrics, at leaping over things. We got Craig. Welcome on board, buddy. Just comment live for jumping on, mate. It's good to see you there. My internet keeps dropping out. Challenges, opportunity. Absolutely. This is what it's all about. Every single challenge in life creates an opportunity for you to grow, for you to move forward, for you to become better. Because remember, you can only experience a better life when you're becoming better, when those people around you are being empowered as well. And when those people are being empowered and inspired by your actions, the way you communicate, the way that you're moving forward in your life, they're looking to you and going, what is he, what is she doing? Because that's what I want. That's the direction I want to go. And I'm ready to go there. And you're indirectly empowering them by you becoming better. That's the gift of it all. I know how that's affected me, and I was just focusing on myself, and I've always given, and that's what I love to do, but I was focusing on saving my life, and in doing so, the byproduct was I helped many, many more people, even potentially yourself on here. So if the shifts are something that you're fully aware of and it's resonated with what I've been saying, comment shifts, guys. Let me hear you. Let me have that communication through the shift of moving forward from one belief that you may have had and you've been stuck with that belief, and you've shifted to a new belief that's helped you move forward. Comment shifts for me. So we've got, thanks, Martin. Got to go for dinner. We'll watch the rest of your play. Thank you. I'm seeing similarities, God, universe. Absolutely. And it's whatever it is for you. And there's no judgment here whatsoever. Whatever I believe in or somebody else believes in, that's absolutely fine. At the end of the day, it's what helps empower us to move forward and being open to that. So we've got shifts coming through. I'm back. So guys, I just wanted to talk about them in regards to making the shift, you know, learning from our limiting beliefs along our journey that have been holding us back in many different situations in life, many different relationships, many different conversations. And I know for a fact that you are not the same person that you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and so on. You've changed. And when you reflect back, you'll be able to turn around and say, do you know what? I am not the same person. Look how much I've grown. Look at how I've shifted. Look at the people I've helped. And if you're not in a place where you feel that you haven't helped people, dig deeper. You know, we did a beautiful thing yesterday with the men's health group that I mentioned that I was at, where just got them to think about a few things on what made them happy. And one guy said that he couldn't remember anything, but they just dug a little bit deeper on that, and all of a sudden his phone's out and he's showing me pictures of his fish that he was catching when he was out fishing, and he lit up and he was excited. You know, so when we dig deep, when we truly take the time to connect, that's when we really realize just how blessed we've been along the journey and how much we've grown. And the fact of the matter is, in many cases, you've grown unconsciously along that journey. And what I mean by that is you've not been aware of it because you've not actively been going out there to improve who you are. But now that you're here in this position right now, in this place, and you're with Lifestyle by Laptop, you're communicating here, you're communicating as a group with each other, you're meeting new people. And the powerful thing about it is that everybody that's jumped on this live or watches the replay are all people that are wanting to move forward in their life. So we've all got a common interest. We've all got a common goal. We all want to move forward. And we can do it together and empower each other when we're there as a community and we're commenting and we're supporting each other and people are actually sharing. Because you never know, there could be somebody else who's either going through what you're going through, gone through what you've gone through and can support you on that journey, or is about to hit that hurdle and goes, oh, so-and-so went through that. I might reach out to them. That's the power of the gift of communication and sharing. So shifting those beliefs so you can move forward. And I encourage you, all that you can do to help yourself move forward is truly be aligned with yourself and be clear on where you want to go, why you want to go there, what you want to experience, and focus on going there and being open to the journey and enjoying the journey. It's one thing to know the destination, but enjoying the journey, because there's no guarantee that, one, you'll make it there, two, you'll be here tomorrow. Power of now, be in this moment, enjoy this moment, empower others. I'm just going to check in on the comments. I didn't mean the angry faces. It meant to be loves. It's always loves. No worries. No attachment to it at all, Rachel. Don't take anything seriously unless it's the taxman knocking on the door. So, anyway, guys, as always, we just like to do another 30 minutes to you. Comment below, comment in the chat there what you've really enjoyed. What was your biggest takeaway? Let us know. Remember, everybody else that's coming on, checking this out, they're going to see this and they're going to be intrigued what's been said, what's been communicated, and how we can move forward with that. So, as always, thank you so much for your time. I'm always very, very grateful. I'm really looking forward to speaking to you again next Tuesday. Remember, 6 o'clock Perth time, every week on a Tuesday night. So, as always, bye from Martin. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye-bye.